Hey everybody, just a really quick video to show you a tool and a calculator that you can use to help manage your cash flow and understand your cash flow situation in your architecture, design, or creative business. I stole this formula a couple of years ago from a book called Burn Your Portfolio, Stuff They Don't Teach You in Design School, But Should by Michael Janda. It is an amazing book. I really recommend it. It's basically just this guy giving away all his tips and tricks of how he runs his graphic design agency, but it applies, I think, equally to architects. It even says here, and architects, right? So the things that he's learned over the years, and he's put it together into a book, and there's tons of value in there. And one of those chapters is about calculating what he calls a worry date. The way Michael Janda describes it in the chapter was that he was just always kind of worried, what's my financial position? How much cash do I have? Do I need to make a decision? Do I need to cut costs? Do I need to get more income? What do I need to do? And he realized, why don't I just put this together into a formula that I can put data into from time to time and keep track of a particular date? And in this case, what this spreadsheet is calculating is 1 month before you run out of money, which is a really good number to have because that's basically the date where you need to make some real reacting decisions. Do I cut costs? What do I do? Do I greenlight some projects? What's my next move? But prior to that date, and as long as that date's out ahead of you in the future, in some ways you don't really need to worry as much as you may already be doing on a day-to-day basis because you've got that safety net. So here's the formula. I've put it together into a spreadsheet, and I'll drop the link below so that you can grab it for your own practice and play with these numbers a little bit. So this is all hypothetical data I've put in here just to show you how it works. So the way the formula works is we add the first four things together. Total cash in the bank. How much cash do we have? Total receivables, so invoices outstanding, invoices that we're going to be sending in the current month, and remaining invoices for next month. So we add those four together, and then we subtract the money that we're keeping aside for tax and our emergency fund, which is our kind of rainy day money that we hope we don't want to dip into, but it's there in case we have any problems. So that subtracting those two from the first four gives us our total cash flow. We then have our monthly overhead, so salaries, office, bills, all that kind of stuff. We divide our total cash by our monthly overhead, which gives us how many months until we run out of money. And in this example, it's 4.16 months. So if nothing else changed, our money would just run out in 4.16 months. Then we subtract a month from that and put a date on the calendar, March 21st, 2020. That's our worry date. Until that point, we don't need to worry about that. And as we update these numbers and as we keep going, you'll see this number sort of shifting further into the future or closer to the present. And that's the number that you kind of need to keep an eye out for. And until you're getting close to that point, you don't need to be as worried about the income and ingoing and outgoing of your business. Now, this is a super simple formula. I'm sure any accountant, business consultant, business coach watching this will be like, hold my beer. I've got something a lot more complicated up my sleeve. But I think when you're doing it yourself and you're running a small business, I didn't have something as simple as this, and I found it incredibly useful. I still use it several years after first reading the book, and I even use it in my personal finances as well. When I'm paranoid, what happens if something happens tomorrow and I lose all of my income? How much cash do I have? How long will it last for? When do I need to be worried about that? Thank God, haven't had to use that. Haven't even been close to having to use that, but still, it's a useful thing for just almost allowing you to just put it down on paper so that you don't have to worry about it as much and have it sort of those doubts coming up in your mind day to day about your financial situation. So look, hopefully that's a useful formula, and some architects out there will find that valuable and they may be able to apply it for their own practice. Let me know if you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next video.